Hello, everyone. Welcome to this after church tea time. I'm Yorin. Very happy to be with you today, and I'm accompanied by welcome to Rachel. Sorry.
Hi.
And yeah, we're going to talk about today's Sunday service. But first, we're going to talk about like the drinks that we have because this is after church tea time, and we're drinking something warm. Okay, Rachel.
Yeah, well, we take our tea very seriously in the UK. I won't tilt the camera to show you the colour of it because I guarantee to spill tea all over my computer. But I like it strong because I used to live in Yorkshire, God's own county. Builder's brown, they call it. Yeah, there's many different shades of tea that you can have. There's pale and interesting, snow white, rich golden tea, perfect tan, builder's brown, and I don't do dairy. I certainly gravitate to the darker end of the spectrum there.
Well, I do like some strong teas as well. I actually have a black tea. It smells so good because it has like cinnamon and ginger in it. I like spicy teas as well. And it's in my Jomo Cup, Joy of Missing Out. So this is very on brand. And because it's yogi tea, we have a message as well, which is beware of the power of the spoken words. It's really nice. It's like manifestation.
Tea with a message. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you should try it. Like yogi tea.
Yeah.
My children loves yogi tea too. Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, definitely like this Sunday sermon is definitely about manifestation. Obviously, this is about like spiritual life and having your necessary support, either in finances or in anything else, really. So we're definitely going to dive deep into like what the sermon means for us and like support and finances and just unpack because there was a lot in this service. So, Rachel, what do you have to say? What is your feeling?
Yeah, well, yeah, Brienne saying about getting laid off from her old job and having faith to go into her life purpose. I'm doing a lot of inner work about life purpose at the moment. And I keep referencing a TFAS class where Brienne tells Jeff that she's doing lots of healing in the area of life purpose every single day. And that's good advice. I've been making a point of doing that regularly. And yeah, also I did my accounts today for my tax return because the tax year starts in Britain on the 4/4 portal. I don't know how significant that is, but funnily enough, it felt a lot more peaceful doing it this year. Other years it's just been so tedious, but this year it's just felt a lot easier. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this coming tax year because I'm going to really see some results.
Yeah, nice. Funny that's like there's a lot of synchronicities because like the tax year is probably going to start like at the end of May in France. I have until like the beginning of June to pay my taxes. And so I've been going into accounting this weekend. Definitely not yet 100% relaxed about my finances, but definitely getting there. Like I have been realizing that over the past 4 years, I've healed so much, like I've progressed so much, and it's showing in my twin flame journey, in my life, and in my finances too. And I just want to address that, like that sense of miracles. I don't know if you realized, but Diana shared very vulnerably her story, and Adam shared his story, Brienne shared their story, and there's like a common denominator that I have too, is that basically we wanted something, we wanted to invest into our union, wanted to invest into ourselves. We didn't know exactly what support was at the time. We didn't know how we were going to pay for everything, but we did. And like what everyone is saying, and what I would say as well is like, I don't know how I did it, but I did. It's like everyone was like, okay, I'm going to make the choice to invest in myself, and let's see what is going to happen. And they were supported every single time when they made the choice to purchase what helped their union at the time. And I can definitely relate to that so much. I was like a student with almost no income at the time. I didn't even have like, I was an artist, but I didn't even have a business. I wasn't sure. I wasn't selling anything. Like I was very like, I had low self-esteem. Uh, I didn't feel confident, but I felt confident that I wanted my dream life, my life purpose, and my twin flame. And so I went all in. And it wasn't always easy, but somehow I made it every single time. And that's God. Like that's the sermon right there. It's like you're giving it to God, and that's it.
Yeah, for every person that chooses to commit to the work, just make the choice to go all in. And it's what Jeff said, it's 100% true. Like money just falls out of the sky to support you on your journey. It's like, God's bringing it to you so you can spend it on yourself, your journey. I think it was the same class where Jeff said to Brienne, intelligently investing in yourself in this way makes you feel very horny for you. So
Yeah.
it's all good. I've experienced a lot of financial miracles on this journey. I'm looking for more consistency now and just more. So my block is not enough block, and that shows up all over consciousness for pretty much anyway, everyone. So yeah, it's just chip away at it layer by layer. If they all seem the same, just keep going every time it comes up.
Yeah, I definitely go through that too, that not enoughness. And every time, like every month, I end up like having the perfect amount for me. And I think it's the first time, I'm still young and building like my career. And I think that it's the first time that I can actually say that I've made more than I needed this time, and that I can build like my foundation. It was like several years in the making, and I can't believe like I got all of the products of Twin Flames universe in that time where I wasn't even like even stable in my finances. But it was like, because there's always God there. Like if I was to figure out myself how this was going to unfold, like I think I would have given up so long ago. But because I am with God, I can trust that I'm going to be supported, because that's his promise. Like, okay, you invest into the teaching of you, and you invest into your life purpose, and I'm going to support you. And literally, like every person that experiences a miracle was a person that did not give up when it felt hard. And that's only what is asked of us in on this journey. And sometimes like transcending poverty, of course, it feels difficult. It's not something that's easy. Otherwise, like a lot more people would be rich, but there's something about the process once you know it that is very easy. It's like, take the hand of God, take the action that you're guided to, bring union into your finances, like don't hoard them, but don't overspend. Like sometimes you don't know because you weren't taught that, but like it feels like you are in the perfect place to learn your lessons safely. And I've never seen like people that walked totally in faith with God on this journey not being supported in one way or another as they move through the blocks. So yeah.
Yeah, I shared a meme over the weekend that that said, "If when you feel like giving up, keep going."
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever is in front of you will fall if you're persistent. It can't stand up to you. You're a lot more powerful than the block. I mean, the ego is going to try and make you think that the block is all big and scary and impregnable, but none of that's true. It's all an illusion.
Yeah.
You stand up to your fears, they dissolve. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, and sometimes appearances seems very convincing. Like you're feeling like you're in a dire situation, you're never going to come out, and somehow you always come out on the other side. And that's what I love about like Adam, his story. I couldn't imagine that it would have been an easy choice. Having a low income and having a son who has like needs for special needs. And yeah, you just have to make the choice. But like, I think everyone has to make that choice. I think maybe for people who are like doubting that they have what it takes to take the journey, I feel sooner or later you have to make the choice. So might as well make it now anyway. And you can be assured by the stories of the many people before you that you're going to be okay anyway. Obviously, it doesn't mean like spending your money in a reckless way. It just means that yeah, you're being in faith with God, and are you listening to God? That's what I loved about Diona's story too. It's like she bought the ticket. That's what I did too for Sedona actually. She bought the ticket and she was like, God, like I don't have anything to pay for the rest. And God provided and she figured it out. And it's really essential. And yeah, I think like there's a big lesson about not letting money stop you. And there's also a big lesson about not having money as your enemy. And I'm learning that as I'm doing my accounting right now. Is that for the first time, I'm keeping watch of my finances, not like a hawk, but just like knowing where my finances are at and my relationship with my finances every day or every 2 days. And I think this is like the healthy relationship that I needed there. And you don't have to be scared about that relationship. And also money is not like bad, it's neutral. And it's a way to communicate with God too, you know?
Yeah, like when people are afraid that they haven't got what it takes, and I have this worry as well. You don't have to do it yourself. You don't You don't have to try to do God's job. God brings you all your good, your wealth, your abundance, your twin flame, everything. So you don't have to do it yourself. You can step back and let God do God's job. Because in the classes, they say, well, it's not your house, it's God's house. And your money comes from God through your boss or through social services or whatever it is.
That's
But if
very
you're if you're needing more abundance, go directly to God.
That's very true. That's been a big game changer when I was having sessions with Julia, my coach, my Ascension coach.
She's my coach too. She's great.
Nice. Julia is awesome if she's watching. Like, hey.
Hi, Julia.
That's a game changer, is like not being attached to where the money is coming from. And I think a lot of people in our community are working at the moment on like how to fully receive God and how to know how to receive God. And I think one part of that is not judging how God gives to you, first of all, and also that is going to give to you in several ways, not always money. Support is not always about finances, but also through people or things or means that you wouldn't have imagined yourself. And it's simply because like it's all God, like God is in everyone, in every instances, like our life on earth, however, whatever block we have in consciousness that have the illusion of separation here, there's always God there. And we need to take the end of God, and taking the end of God, I think in this instance means like just leaving and trusting, leaving and trusting. That's really all we have to do, because God will provide in a lot of ways so that we have the support that we need, because he's everywhere, literally. He's in the bank. I had to like heal my relationship with my banker last year. He is maybe with like the family member that is helping you. He's with your boss, but it's not your boss, but it's God. And he's really with everyone. And when you have that shift in consciousness, I feel like you can attract more wealth.
Yeah, I have to say, my bank's been treating me pretty well lately. Yeah, making the vibrational shift to attract more wealth. That involves rooting out any feelings of lack that you might be having. That's very important, because I think we all know the law of attraction. If you're feeling lack, you're going to attract more of it. So go to those feelings, bring love, claim your abundance. It's about claiming your support that's yours, that you're entitled to. It's okay to claim your support from God, and then your support from God can appear either directly from Him or through other people, through the people around you, who bring you what you're needing in the moment. Yeah, but the illusion of lack, just like, well, it's a part of the illusion of separation from your good or your wealth, etc., etc. Yeah, it can often appear really solid and immovable, but that doesn't mean it's real. Your good's already there, waiting for you to claim it.
Yeah, and I think that's why I had this message from the yogi tea, like beware of the spoken word. I think like what are you thinking about yourself? What are you thinking about your finances? Are you thinking in terms of lack, I don't have enough all the time? Or are you moving through claiming your wealth and thinking like, I am wealthy, I am with God, therefore I have everything that I need, I am wealthy. I think we're all moving through that in one way or another. And I think it's very important that we reiterate that manifestation is real. And so any place where you're going to feel lack inside yourself is going to attract that lack. And I think there's something really beautiful about Adam and Brienne's story as well, is that as soon as they invested into Twin Flame Ascension School, they got a call to invest into life purpose class as well. I think it's not a coincidence. I feel like you're not obligated to invest into life purpose class right away, but I think their story spoke about the oneness of the journey and oneness of life, and how your twin flame union is really about your journey with your own life, and that everything in your own life is your twin flame journey as well. And I think because you're claiming your goods in Twin Flame Ascension School, not only are you supported to pay for everything that you need and for the support that you have to take to be on the spiritual path, but you receive more, you increase your wealth, and you wake up to that desire for your divine purpose. And so you claim life purpose and you increase your wealth again. And that's a gift that keeps on giving. And that's why I was saying that in this life, you only have to live and trust, because like there's no lack. Like you literally give to God and it gives you in another way. And then you give back to God and it gives you in another way. And it may look very different for what you have to do. Maybe sometimes it's helping someone in the street, maybe it's coaching, maybe it's doing your job, helping your child. But like there's always to give to God, and you learn to give to God and you learn to receive, and that is also support. And in that you increase your true wealth, you cultivate your true abundance, I feel. And I love that it's all linked. I feel like if it was just about like twin flame union, the work wouldn't be complete, because like, well, what else are we going to do afterwards? And yeah, it's really like, I think Shaleia says that several times, like there is no reason to be in union if you don't have purpose as well. And I love this because like you don't get into union to be bored like you were with your exes and soulmates. You know, you get there and then you live a life of your dreams, and again, that's a gift that keeps on giving, because as you work on your life purpose, well, your twin flame is even more attracted to you. It's even more magnetic, and everything is something that gives back to you, because that's literally heaven. Like you're cultivating heaven, and there's no loss, there's no taking, there's no sacrificing. And I hope that this message can reach everyone that has like financial troubles or wants to invest into Twin Flames universe and their Twin Flame journey, because literally nothing that you give is lost. Like the thing that you're going to, not only are you going to purchase something that is going to help you attain harmonious twin flame union, but it's going to give even more to you in return of that investment.
Yeah, life purpose is so important, because the life purpose class and Twin Flame Ascension School classes, they begin like here and here, but they end here. They come together. You realize that one and the same, because when union comes in and you attain harmonious union, but what are you going to do with it? Have sex all the time and roll around feeling things. People that do that end up partying their way back into separation, because twin flame energies are so huge and they amplify together, of course, that you actually need to channel those energies into doing your purpose. Otherwise, you can implode.
Yeah.
And it's great fun figuring out what your purpose is if you're not sure already, or you might have a really good idea of what your purpose together is going to be, and then it turns out to be something different, and that's okay too. But it's something you're going to be doing together with your twin flame to give the gift of who you are to the world, because you've got a unique gift that only you can give, and the world wants that gift. The world needs that gift that only you can give. So it's a lovely little exploration, journey of exploration you can do there. So I've got a few clients who are a little bit unsure of what their purpose is going to be. I'm directing them towards life purpose class. It will really help them get clear.
Yeah, amen. When I started this journey, I don't think I was anywhere near where I am today, and I didn't even think doing what I'm doing today. So it's safe to explore. It's fun. Sometimes it's like kind of confusing, but I think there is a fun in the journey as well. There's kind of a revealing. You're having that relationship, that it's like that flirting stage with your career and yourself, where you're just like dating and seeing like, oh, is this a good match? Like, am I made to do this? And I love that about life purpose. Like, you don't have, and also that it's not just a career somewhere in an office or just being a coach, for example. It's all of you, and all of you is like so diverse and so unique. And some people would give in the gaming industry, some people give in the food industry, some people would give in arts, like so many different things. I love it. What I also think is that I love what you shared about harmonious twin flame union. Well, what are you going to do with your harmonious twin flame union, you know, and the energy that is there. And I think that's why there are so many people that are twin flame coaches. It's because when you have something that is so good, you want to share it with the world, basically. You want people to have it too. And I think that's why we're so passionate about what we're doing. It's like, what I want to say to people sometimes is like, it's if only you knew how easy it was. It's just about taking that step with God. And it's so almost poetic that we're dedicating our whole life to telling that simple, very simple thing, in a sense, to people. It's not about the knowledge. It's not about the facts or revealing your twin flame. It's really like about like, you can have heaven, and it's like one step, it's like one action, one claiming, one manifestation away, and you just have to take the hand of God. And I think that's what we want to tell people, and reminding ourselves of that is like really good, because it makes us feel why we've taken that path, and why we're so passionate about life purpose. It's just not about like, oh, in waiting for your twin flame, you're going to do this and purchase this, and because it's fun and something like that. There is something like, if we weren't doing this, I feel like we wouldn't be our full self. Because I don't see myself doing any other thing right now. Even though I have many projects, it feels like, well, what else is there to do but telling people that there is a solution to pretty much everything that they're experiencing, every problem, every issue.
Yeah, it's like a class where Jeff says, why would I be so motivated to sit here and talk about this with you week after week? Because it's that good. And if you can bring it to other people so they can have it too, then you should. Or if there's something else that's your forte, your area, if you can do that for the world, then you should be doing that as well. But another thing that you've said recently in terms of life purpose is, well, we know the life purpose classes say do only what feels good. Even if you want the results of the bad feeling thing, heal all those feelings before you start doing it. He said, if something doesn't feel completely juicy and delicious to our soul, we don't do it.
Exactly. Yeah. That makes me actually think about the story of how Brienne got laid off and that beautiful class word she chose, and in your heart when she knew that she wasn't going to go back. I feel like I relate so much to the story because she could have made the safe choice, For many people, it would be the safe choice to go back to her job because she knows she has somewhat of a permanent position there. But it didn't feel good to her. And even though she had bills and she had things to pay, like what felt good was following where God was calling her. And look at her now, like always increasing our wealth vibration, being a harmonious union, like dedicating her life to what she feels passionate about. I love that because like so many times people have said to me like, well, you're quitting that full-time job, are you sure? Because in France, like we have a very specific contract that is like permanent full-time job contract. It's something that is way more stable in theory than other contracts. And when you have it, people tend to not leave it, even though they're in minimum wage and unhappy. I'm like, yeah, I'm in minimum wage. I'm not doing what I'm meant to do. I'm going to this thing that is going to be here for 3 months, and I'm going to develop my own business, and it's going to seem way more unstable for many people, but I'm going to earn more and I'm going to be more happy and I'm going to be more energized. Like I'm being paid doing what I want to do in life. Like why would I stay in something that feels stable but is actually taking from me? Like hours are not good and you just are almost at minimum wage for like mostly 20 years. Like it doesn't make sense, And I don't know how it is in the UK or in other countries, but I faced that several times throughout the year. And I think you have to take courage because your whole reality is like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to make that choice? Like even like someone from the job that I took next said like, really, but it was like a full-time permanent role. Like, what? You want to quit that? And I said yes, and you had to say yes, and again yes, and again yes. Because like the universe is asking like, do you want your good? Do you want union there? And we all have to go through this. It was kind of funny. I wasn't really upset about like people asking me this, but in retrospect, I feel like it's just mirroring of a society and how it feels like the stable thing. Well, the thing that is more safe isn't this, but you actually stay in poverty for like your whole life.
Well, yeah, it's the settling for less pattern, because you know exactly what you're getting, even if it's no good. Yeah, but in France, you have more holidays than everyone else, don't you?
Depends on the work, but
Mm.
yeah, true. That's not untrue. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw a meme in the last week where somebody takes the what appears to be the hard option, and he's working his way up a very steep hill. But the man who's taken the easy option, he's like coasting downwards for a bit, and then he has to go through a massive overhang and go upside down and then up his sheer rock face. So the easy option, the soft option, always turns out to be the hardest in life purpose, in relationships, in pretty much everything.
Yeah.
It's being brave. I mean, it's fears that prevent people from striking out or doing what they really want to do. So they stay in a situation that they don't really want, but yeah, there's a safety, a familiarity in there. But that's an illusion too. It's like all separation consciousness. People feel that like they're so used to separation that union's going to feel uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
that's not true. It's the separation that feels terrible, and union is the most normal, natural thing in the world. So it's just a question of realigning that belief and realizing that all your good is for you.
I think if separation was good, was like real, um, their option would be the safest. And I think they're choosing the safest option in a reality where there is separation. And that's why I feel like I have compassion for people, because like
Well, we've all done it, haven't we?
yeah, true. Or our parents have like, educated us to think that that's the way. And yeah, that's definitely not the way, because the way is changing, and the way is actually a big risk taking for in the eyes of many people. But that risk taking brought me to having a banker that supports me in my financial endeavors today. And I wouldn't have done that if I didn't take risk. And it's like really bizarre for me, who had such a bad relationship with my bank, to say that actually my consultant is on my side, is providing me with all the information, is helping me grow my finances, like is supporting me, is loving me. Even though like in France, like having your own business is not something that is really like looked upon very well for most people. And again, it's God. It's because separation is not real, even in the society where everyone is saying that what you're doing is impossible, you're still supported. And that's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah, fortune favors the brave. Of course, all separation is painful. End of. But people stick with it because it's a pain that they've learnt to live with.
Mhm.
But people need to realize that they don't have to stay there. They can choose to move out of it if they wish, and they can choose for it to be easy and fun. It doesn't mean that there won't be challenges, but you can make it as easy as it can be for yourself.
Yeah.
And when challenges arise, just feel your feelings, move through them.
Mhm. And that brings us to the last point, the one that Adam mentioned, is that you're claiming your goods, but you're not just staying there waiting for your goods, you're taking action afterwards. And it can be fun and easy, because in essence, it's fun and easy. It also is linked with like challenges. but it's still the best way, really. Like you're just transcending poverty, and it's like sometimes God will tell you to maybe receive money from an unexpected source. Sometimes it looks like a credit. Sometimes it looks like taking a day job until you find a more stable situation. Sometimes it means looking at your finances and seeing what is serving you and what is not. And it's going to be different for every people, but it's that piece, that fundamental piece of, okay, now that I claimed it, what is the action that I'm going to take? And I think that's something that we all did too, is that we were risk takers, but we were ready to go through that temporary uncomfortable place to be able to have our goods in the end, because we trusted in the fact that we would have our goods, our union, and also increase our wealth vibration. And that's the promise the teachers of union and unionism makes to us, and it's kept its promise. But you really have to take action, and yeah, don't be scared. Like I tell that to a lot of my clients, don't be scared to look at jobs that you wouldn't have thought about, even if it's for 3 months. Like, don't be scared to look at unexpected source of support. Really look, because like I feel most of the time when people say they don't have money, it usually feels like they're a little bit numbed up to like, okay, what is actually your reality? Get real, get precise about it. And for people who have that, who struggle with that, like Children's Universe has like free money mastery workshop by Jeff with Michaela as a guest. And it's really good because like you realize that sometimes you need to look at the uncomfortable, you need to look at the cents in your bank account in order to go forward, and that's it. But it's better to be aware of that uncomfortable feeling, that saying like, oh, I don't have money, and stay there and just do nothing, you know.
Yeah, you've got to think like you do have wealth. A millionaire doesn't worry about paying the bills. Shouldn't start feeling bad if you've got to spend a bit of money. I've got old patterns that I need to be getting on with healing, but it's all relative. Because I know someone who's always complaining about having no money, and it's an absolute lie. He's got 5 houses. He paid $1 million for the last one, but he
Yeah,
still said he doesn't have an extravagant lifestyle. Still says he's still in that mindset.
that's exactly what I was thinking about. Sometimes you do have money, but you're still in that poverty consciousness, because wealth is not about the amount of money in your bank account. And so to feel wealthy, you don't have to be a millionaire. You just have to start somewhere, you know. And if you want to start somewhere, you need to heal that place of lack.
It's just going into the feelings and healing them. Doesn't even matter what the feelings are about. I'm having a feeling there. That place needs love. That's it.
Yeah, I think the message is really about the mirror exercise that we use to heal and feel good and attract your outer flame, and use when our twin flame triggers us. We can use it for everything. Like sometimes the noun in my step 1 of the mirror exercise is my finances. I'm setting my finances on my bank account, because and I go there and I heal, and that's really like the whole encompassing solution that we were talking about. And yeah, it requires persistence, but like we're all moving, like really I'm moving through money upsets a lot. Like I and I'm still young. That's normal, you know. So you're not doing this alone as well. Like, I think the other component that everyone that has a miracle says is that they've had an ascension coach to encourage them. They've had friends like Diona to say, like, does it feel good to go? Do you want to go? Follow your heart and God will support you. Sometimes you need that someone that is speaking the word of God through them and saying, like, how do you feel? Does it feel good to invest in there and say yes and say a big F you to the fear and just like get it, you know?
Take your power back. Stand
Mhm.
up to the fear. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, I feel like we've rounded a lot of the things of the sermons. Like, do you have anything that you want to say more?
Yeah, I feel pretty complete.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Well, if you're feeling complete, I'm going to say thank you to you for this discussion. This was very good. And thank you to everyone who's watched us live and is supporting our discussion. And thank you to the people that are watching from YouTube. If you're watching for YouTube and you appreciated our discussion, don't hesitate to like this video and share it. And also subscribe, because we have a Sunday service that you can watch before and a lot of other discussions and services that you can watch prior to this one. And in the future, with like juicy contents that I'm sure is going to help you on your spiritual path. So I'm going to say, like, have a good Sunday or any day you're watching this in the week, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.